And it's probably a Myers.
Minor.
Oh, that's what it said?
Yeah.
What that mean?
Like a minor, like a young person.
Oh. And it's probably a minor. I get it now.
Like
What's up, y'all? We coming with a late one, y'all. Late night. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in. Come on in like you supposed to do. Come on in like you supposed to do. So y'all, again, this title is gonna remove Babylon. This title is gonna remove Babylon. Y'all come on in, y'all share the live, get y'all teachers in. Very important title. Very important title. Nobody, baby. Nobody, baby. So yep, y'all, nobody, man. And Babylon is destroyed with this kind of information. Babylon don't stand a chance with this kind of information. You know? Yeah, man, we late night fishing, bro. We late night fishing, man. We got the what they call it, the lamp being in the water, the lighthouse. We got the lighthouse on. So so y'all, let's talk about it. Like I say, share the live, get your favorite teachers in here. You know,
I already talked to Buck. Yeah, says he was gonna sign.
That was somebody said. Man, y'all better go listen to see where he got his teachings from. Buck was an atheist till he met me. That's how powerful the truth is. Remember when they took Christ's garments, they didn't rip it. When they took Christ's garments, they didn't rip it. Understand the parable. Bless those with the ears to hear. So when you receive the truth, you don't rip it. You can't do number what? Copy it. But the only thing he's not doing is acknowledging his head. That's all he's not doing. And that's going to cause him what? To be out of order. So he's going to look bad. Bad. What's up? What's up? Peace.
You don't want to do it? I'll do it.
Some people just want to have fun on TikTok. You know, I guess that's what they do. But let's talk about the topic, y'all. Nobody can teach the Bible except Christ, y'all. Let's talk about it, y'all. See, like I said, this finna shake some foundations. Because when I give the 3 multiple choice quiz, that's what I'm gonna call it. The 3 multiple choice quiz. Which one do you pick? If Christ was on earth as a son of man, as it was foretold, And Christ had the Bible. You got the Bible. Or what you had already heard about the Bible. Where you gonna go? Which one will you choose? Your own thoughts? Somebody else's teachings? Or would you go to Christ? What would you choose? And when you ask them that, the conversation over
I
with.
feel like that's the same person.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm trolling.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got background noise.
Okay, give me a second, yeah?
I don't know, bro. Where y'all want to troll tonight, bro?
This
No, I'm not trolling. Relax. I'm just trying to put my headphones on so you can get a better sound over there.
Okay. I still got I still got an echo. I
Yeah,
got
give
an
me a
echo in the back when I talk.
How about now?
Testing. That's better. But you real low.
I'm really low.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, sir, and I hope you doing well. I just had a couple of questions. The first one would be for you that who is the morning star?
I am the morning star of David. I am the bright morning star of David.
But we do understand today that the morning star is Lucifer. Can you explain that a little bit? Why?
Well, the morning star is the one that brings enlightenment to the world. So Satan is the one that brought darkness to the world. So the star just represent a status. That's why it says, I am the bright morning star of David. That's also foretold as that's what Christ will be in Revelations.
Yes, sir.
That's why
Yes.
that's why you gotta understand the stars falling from the sky. You know, so all this is just reference to a status. So the devil is the God of this world. So the devil is the star of this world. But the devil is not the star of David. It's not the bright morning star of David. So it's just like I said, it's showing the form of status.
Okay. All right. So if you, I mean, I'm not going to deny the claim that you are making to be our Lord Jesus Christ, but if you claim to be Him, how can it be that have you done any miracles, anything that can prove your authenticity or anything in those manners?
Well, yeah, that's why I say I have opened up the blind. I have healed the deaf. I have raised the dead. So these things I have done, but not according to the imaginations of what people think. See, what I'm doing is God's will. Man and woman don't know God's will. That's why Christ comes to reveal these things. So I'm doing these miracles, but not the way you think.
Mm, I think I understood what you. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, I don't have any more questions, sir. That would be that for me.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming up, man.
Thank you. I'll be listening. Have a great evening.
All right. Likewise. Peace. Well, I did and somebody else that wanted to know they left. Um so yeah, like I say, y'all, so everything is being done, but like I say, not according to people's imaginations. They are being done according to the will of God. And the will of God was never to come out the sky. Because if it was, that's what the instruction would have foretold. So the will of God is happening, but this is why this title is up here. We've been taught by the devil. The prophets didn't teach us. Christ didn't teach us. The disciples of Christ didn't teach us. Those three people did not teach us. Moses didn't teach us. Who taught us? And we really go to the historical facts is the people who stole the Bible is the one that told the story. The people who stole the Bible is the people who told the story. I don't think y'all caught that part. You know, so the whole story that we have, why would we throw it away? Why wouldn't we throw the story away if we truly understood where the story come from? Why would we not throw this story away? But like I said, a lot of people have threw it away and not considered where it come from. So you could recognize you don't have the whole truth. You have part of it. Part of the truth is a lie. Some truth is a lie. People need to get that in their head because I don't think a lot of people, because everybody confess me, I got some truth. Do you have the whole truth? And most people say no. So if you don't have the whole truth, then guess what you have? The lie. So you will be telling lies. It's just that simple, y'all. I asked the brother today, what I asked him, he had to laugh about it. I asked him about a false witness, right? I said, what is a false witness? He said, somebody that haven't seen it or heard it. You gave a perfect definition, perfect definition. I say, what is a false witness? Someone that haven't seen it or heard it. Then I say, so God hates a false witness. So if you speaking to me about things you haven't seen or heard, what would that make you? A false witness. So God wouldn't what? Like you. See, like I said, these are just the simple basic instructions, man, that I literally be taught to kids. You know, and they'll have a greater understanding than anybody who have read and studied the Bible for many years. You know, they'll really be lost in the sauce. You know, so like I say, y'all, just basic principles like that, y'all. Like I say, just make, like I say, the whole order of God into a whole new light. You so into a whole new reason. You know, the whole importance of law and order is so stuff can function correctly. Just like your car got order to it. You can't just go put the oil wherever you want to put the oil. You can't put the transmission fluid wherever you want to put the transmission fluid. You can't do these things. You can't put water just because the car everything has a certain order and a certain way you have to do it so it can function. So if we truly in this consciousness for life, we will get in order with life so we can have what? So we can function. Because this ain't living. You know, a lot of people think this is living, y'all. This ain't, you know, this ain't living. You know, this ain't, you know, I think a lot of us have, again, accepted. We bow down to it. We adapt to it. So a lot of people have adapted to these conditions, but, you know, we are a generation that said, you know, wait, we going to make a change. That's one thing we all have said. No, we all might be going about it our own ways, but I think I know this is a generation that said we going to make a change. But we really just don't know how because we don't know the order. So it's stopping us from what? Moving forward. Nothing is profiting us. That's why the prophets of Babylon must be stopped. Because we must have the prophets of God so we can move forward. This is the perfect chapter. I mean, the chapter, the perfect title. This is the perfect title to remove prophets of Babylon and prophets of Jezebel. We were just talking about the tarot card readers. You know how it'd be so hard to reach them. You know, these are your Jezebels. These are your fortune tellers. These are the people that tell you what God is at and all these things. So these are the people that really have to be destroyed so we can build our kingdom. Mm-hmm. So right now, the prophets of Jezebel, the prophets of Babylon get destroyed with this title. And the fire from heaven is going to come down and burn everything up. Because they would never, most people, they won't care. So they got to burn them. Throw them in the lake of fire. Burn them. Burn them all. So we know the word of God is like fire. The word of God is like a hammer that dashes a rock in pieces. So when we speaking of this fire, when we speaking of this war, when we speaking of this burning, it's the information. That when this information is spoke, people burn up. Some gonna burn forever. You know, it's gonna be like a crime that's gonna be eating your conscience up because you're gonna realize you done went against God. You know. So, like I say, y'all, man, it's just this gospel, what it really means to this world right now, what it really means for our salvation, what it really means for our redemption, what conversation, you know, means for our redemption, you know, and the change of the world. That's why it was said, lift up your voice like a trumpet. So a lot of people waiting to hear the trumpets when the trumpet's going to be what? The good news that's coming from the mouth of the people that's spreading it on the face of the earth. Can you hear those trumpets? Because the trumpets of God is people making sounds, but what sounds? The sound of the new song. The new song changed the minds of the people, which bring forth our new heaven. You know, that's what that new song do. That's the sound of the trumpets. That's the music in the earth. That's the beat that we vibing to. You know, so like I say, y'all, it just really, man, understanding, you know, what times we really in. A lot of people don't know what time we in because time is a secret, y'all. Time is a secret. Time is a secret. Why is time a secret? Because when time change, it's going to be what? Nobody knows when time going to change. Because the changing of time is when God come intervene to take the kingdom away from what? Deception. To take the world away from deception. To set up the kingdom. So the world is going to be taken away from deception and time will change. We will go from darkness to light. It's nighttime, it's daytime. But daytime is a secret that nobody knows but God. So a few people know what time it is because they have accepted the light. So they have accepted the changing of time. A lot of people haven't. People think it's still dark. That's why they still looking. You trying to find something in the dark. When you accept the light to come out of darkness. So you'll know where everything is at. And right now, y'all, the main thing I say, we have to understand Babylon. You know, if we can understand this title, we can get rid of Babylon and we can hear the truth, y'all. The truth is just that simple. The truth is so simple, people don't believe it's the truth. I wish I had a better way I could say that. The truth is so simple. you know, people need it to be complicated. You see what I'm saying? Like when people really find out the truth ain't complicated, they get worried. They like, hold up, it's supposed to be more. Tell me more. I need to know more. No, you don't need to know more. That's it. That's the simple truth. That's it. You know, and when I say the lie is complicated, come on, y'all know how complicated the lie is, y'all. People still don't understand the lie. They still scratching their head when they be here. They be like, I believe it though. I'm a Muslim. I believe it though. I'm a Christian. That's why I believe. I'm just a Christian. So since I'm a Christian, I believe it. You know. I'm a Hebrew. I asked the girl. We was in Walmart one time. I seen the woman at the cash register. She had her friend on. So I said, "What camp you with?" IUIC. So I said, Jesus walking the earth. And of course, she said, "Oh, freaky Jesus," because IUIC called me freaky Jesus. But the reason why I'm telling the story is, I asked her a question. I forgot. I think it was about the fringes or something, and she just threw her hands up. Well, you gotta talk to the brothers about that. She didn't know, but she just a Hebrew Israelite. That's it. That's all she. I'm just a Hebrew Israelite. I'm just a Christian. I'm just a Muslim. You know, you justify. You think you are justified by your religion. And this is why I ask people, what camp is Christ gonna choose? What religion is Christ really gonna choose? What religion is Christ gonna come back? Nobody ever taught that. Nobody ever taught what church and what religion Christ coming to first, because that's the one I would join. If anybody can teach me, hey, Christ gonna come here first, and he coming to this spot to get us and tell us the truth, well, that's the one I'm joining. But nobody ever taught us that. Nobody ever taught. They just say he coming back, and we all in different houses. We all in different, and I'm talking about physical houses. I'm talking about religious houses. Why don't we all just come together and wait on Christ? Why we don't all come together and love one another and just wait for Christ to show up? And when he show up, we all together. So shit, we done did him a great favor if we together when he show up. If we ain't, he gotta do more work. So people like, you want to help Christ out? The best way is what? Unite. Leave all your religions and just unite. And you help Christ out. But we all in different places, different understandings, different religion. So when Christ show up, he be like, shh, I gotta go over here. I gotta go talk to them. I gotta go talk to them. I gotta go talk to them. I gotta go convince them. Now it's hard. You know, that's why I say, y'all. So when titles are really brought like this, y'all, this is not something that's being clout chasing. This is not a clout chasing title. This is a real statement that's finna stop people from, sound biting Christ, taking Christ's garments, doing all these things. And, because a brother came up earlier and asked me, I should put the title a different way. But I really can't, because I gotta come at it from this angle because of who I am and what's going on. So because of who I am and what's going on, I gotta come at it from this angle. Because this still stands, but other stuff come with it. Because Christ do anoint the angels, Christ do send out angels. That's understood. But these angels don't really go out teaching the Bible. These angels go out teaching and giving the world what they have received from the lips of Christ. This is the difference. They didn't listen to an audio of the Bible or study the Bible and go out and spread their message. That's not how they went out and spread their message. They went out and spread their message based on what they heard from the mouth of God. This is the order of the writings. You know, so like I say, the standpoint a lot of people try to put themselves with. A lot of people try to put themselves in the shoes of Paul, Peter, Luke, Mark. You can't. Because these people are eyewitnesses. So you can't put yourself and be in the same perspective as the people in the Bible. You're not a prophet. You're not the high priest. And you're not the eyewitnesses of Christ. You didn't walk with him. So you can't read this book and attach it to yourself. That's what people have done. And they have what? They went astray. The letter destroyed them. This as the writing say, the letter will destroy you. I can't say what it really says, but the letter will destroy you. You know. So y'all feel free to come up. That's what I'm up here for. I'm up here to have a conversation about it in decency and in order. You know, I ain't gonna take no bull, really. I put up with a slight of it because I know where we coming from, and I know our background very good, but I ain't gonna put up with too much bull. But like I said, if you got a decent conversation, I got a decent conversation. I got something that gonna what? That can wreck your brain. It gonna bring you some pain. But guess what? Pain is change. When you go to the gym, you want muscles. You want to keep them muscles. Every time you lift them weights, it's pain. But what's happening? You changing. You getting shaped. So the truth is here to shape you up. So if you want to get in shape, all you got to do is hit that button. And I got to work out for you. I got a workout plan for you. Personal trainer. You know. So, like I say, y'all come up here and let's talk about this and really, you know, help the people understand how to flee Babylon. Flee Babylon. And Babylon is the Babel that's coming from man and woman lips. Don't you notice? Y'all, just think about it. Where was we 2,000 years ago? Where was we? Nobody knows. But everybody talking about 2,000 years ago, like they had Paw just told them the whole story, and Paw was sitting outside watching the whole thing. This is how we talking about it. You ask them what went on in 2005. In their own country, they don't even know. They don't even know what went on in 2005 in their own country today. But they can tell you everything that went on 2,000 years ago. You see how the letter just kills the mind for even perceiving like, let me shut up. Most people can't even see, man, I need to shut up. All because they had a letter. All because they had read a book. This have killed the logical part of the receptacles in the brain. I might have said that word wrong. But it just destroyed it. If you think you know what went on 2,000 years ago, nothing is logical about anybody saying that. And majority of the people are only saying it because they got the Bible. So what do the letter do? Just as it's written, destroys you. And this is why I love the prophet Isaiah when he says what? Don't dwell on the past. Behold, God is doing a new thing. This is why you have the New Testament. Because God can always do something new. Just because God created Christ 2,000 years ago, God can't do nothing new right now. That's what we saying. Somebody who was here 2,000 years ago got to come back. Like God ain't got no power. It's crazy, man. It's just logical. Logically, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why it's called a sickness. You know, it's called poison, venom. You know, and we've been poisoned with the lie, y'all. You know, we really been poisoned, and the Babylon is really just making it worse. You know, because everybody is just regurgitating what they have heard. What about the new song? What about it? Should we be teaching old information or should we be waiting on a new song? Should we be teaching old information or should we be waiting on the new song? Which one? Which one should we be doing, y'all? Because if a new song is coming, if God is coming back with a new song, why would I want to spit my old lyrics for God to come stomp on my lyrics? That's why it says, whoever humble themselves will be exalted. Those who exalt themselves will be abased. Those who exalt themselves will be abased. So, man, my lyrics the best. Nah, God coming back with the greatest song, man. God coming back with the greatest song, y'all. So if you done put your lyrics and act like they've stood for something, and you done sung you'll rap your song, now you're gonna have to put your mic down when God pick his mic up. You gotta put your mic down. You know, that's the what? That's the war. That's the sword fight that's going on that's in heaven with the tongues of the angels of darkness and the angels of light. This is the war. You ain't gonna get no other war. Everything else is just a rumor. This is the war. DMX said it best. The real war is to follow the law of the Lord. The real war is to follow the law of the Lord. It's the real war, y'all. And the law gonna come from the lips. So if power of life and death is in the tongue, then whoever speaking life and whoever speaking what? Unaliving, it's a war going on. So we got to get out of Babylon. That's a war. Babylon comes from a tongue. What's up? What's up? Peace, peace.
Yeah, can you explain Isaiah 8:13?
And that's what you got. Cute. Go ahead and read it, brother.
It says, I hear an echo.
Yeah, it's not on my side. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
I'm not very good at reading. Can you read it?
You go ahead and read it for me, brother. I'll break it down for you.
It says, sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense to both house of Israel, and a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Yeah, the Lord of hosts is the Son of Man who has hosted the Spirit of God.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. So this Lord of hosts will be a sanctuary and also a stone for a stumbling and for a rock of offense. So a lot of people gonna stumble because of the truth and the solid information this individual has. He also gonna be an offense for a lot of people. He's gonna be like a covering, you know, because of his magic. He gonna be able to shelter people, you know. And so that like I said, that's really talking about the Anointed One. That's why if you read verse 15, it says, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. So the word of God dashed everything in pieces. So a lot of people gonna be tripped up. A lot of people gonna be dashed into pieces at the word of God.
Then why did Jesus say, "Blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me"?
That's because Christ offend people because he's a son of man who has a hierarchy. He has a position.
But you're offended in Jesus. You call your followers Jesus. Be offended in themselves.
You don't understand, brother. It says,
You're a fucking liar. I don't even know who the Lord of Hosts is.
Well, okay. That's cool, bro. If you think I'm
Not
lying.
cool. It's not cool.
Just continue. I think you a liar. You think
No.
I'm a liar.
You just proved you.
Okay. Well, all right, brother. You have a good day.
You're gonna be ashamed of Ethiopia.
Okay.
Mark my words.
Man, they be so mad, man. They be so mad, man. Why they be so mad, man? I think they lying too. What's going on? Peace. Ebony.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was trying to answer your question, how did you get out of Babylon? And then the other question you had about the old song and the new song.
Well, I didn't have a question. I wasn't asking a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what would you say Babylon is?
I would say Babylon, a couple of things. I would say Babylon is a mind state. But I feel like how would we get out of that is vibrate at a different level for one. And then second of all, if we're going on to the Bible standpoint of Babylon, I question a lot of things about that. First of all, I question King James. I don't know. 2,000 years ago, I wasn't here, so I don't even know if people really existed. But at the same time, I feel like the things that are written in the book, even if everything is come back in the day, nobody was following what was done. Everybody was talking about it, but nobody was following it. That's how I feel about it.
You got a lot of background noise, sis. So I don't know. You got a real bad background noise.
I'm trying to figure out how to mute it, but
You click on the people. I just muted it so when I finish you could come off mute. But if you can clear the background noise, that'll be better. So yeah, like Babylon is a mindset in a way, but it's the mindset that's the counsel about God. Babylon is just not a mindset. It's the mindset of those that teach about God. Now, when you deal with the teachings of God, most of people have the same standpoint. A 2,000-year-old person came, and brought the information of God. You see what I'm saying? So that's the standpoint of 95% of all religions on the face of the earth. This Jesus figure that came 2,000 years ago. Now we have proven that the Christ story was for the last days. See, this is how we have half of the truth, and half of the truth is a lie. So the whole Christ story was an end time prophecy. So what has been done, they have changed time by telling us the prophecy happened 2,000 years ago. And that's where everything went, really it's that thin line. It's that half, and then you have the whole truth. So Christ's story is true, but we just got the half of it. The whole truth about the Christ is Christ returns in the last days to bring forth the new heaven and new earth. So that's what we have to understand, and that's what the world have been deceived with.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, peace?
Hey, so I'm trying to figure out which. So you read the Hebrew Bible? So what is that? The Tanakh?
You got bad background noise. I don't know what y'all going on with y'all in the background. But nah, man, like it don't matter what Bible I read. The Bible is the Bible. It's all one vision.
Okay. So what people did Melchizedek reign over as king? Should be easy.
You here to give me you gotta go on mute. So right now, Melchizedek come redeeming the children of Abraham.
Oh, I'm asking what people did Melchizedek reigned over as king?
I told you the children of Abraham. He gave the bread and wine to Abraham. It's a prophetic vision about Christ redeeming the descendants of Abraham.
No, Abraham actually met Melchizedek. It wasn't his children. It's in the book of Genesis in the very beginning.
I know, but that's what Abraham is a prophetic vision about the children of Abraham. That's what Abraham is about.
Actually, it was the offspring of Adam and Eve.
Well, brother,
Not
man,
Abraham.
Abraham is allegory for a group of people, brother.
In Scripture, it says Abraham met Melchizedek and recognized him as the king of peace. If you read the correct Hebrew, it's not Salem, it's peace.
You see that title up there?
It doesn't matter the title, we're talking about Hebrew. That's your mastery, right? So I'm actually going to Hebrew.
The words, you got a real bad. The words that I speak are spirit, brother. I am a Hebrew. The words that I speak are spirit.
So you don't believe Jesus is the Christ?
I am.
You're the Christ?
Correct.
Okay, so I've seen God. What is God's hair color?
God is spirit, brother.
Yep, I've seen God. I've met God. What is his hair color?
God is spirit.
Yes, he's spirit, but what is his hair color? He has hair color.
No, the vessel that God chooses will have hair color.
No, sir. Okay, well, what was the first thing God created before the heavens?
I'm here to. God has sent me to create the new heaven and new earth.
What did God create before the heavens?
I just told you what God has sent me to do, brother. What's the next question?
That was not my question. The question was, what did God create before the heavens?
That's not what God sent me here for. I don't know those things.
What age are we in?
We're in the beginning of the new heaven and new earth. The beginning of the creation of the new heaven and new earth.
Right. So how many ages have there been?
That's what revealed to me. You can say 12. That's why again, this is the new beginning. But
the new beginning?
Yeah, this is the new beginning.
But the end hasn't came.
The end is the new beginning.
Were you in the war?
The war is happening right now.
The war ended already.
No. The spiritual war is happening right now.
No, Satan was actually defeated last month. So you're a little late.
Okay. At least say last month?
Yeah, you weren't there when God destroyed hell?
No, I wasn't there. I missed that.
Where are the demons that the end of Revelation is going to happen? Where are the demons at?
Brother man, you got a real bad echo. If you could fix your background noise, it's real bad. I don't know what it is, but it's real bad that your echo.
Let's talk about Job. What was the more of that story?
Hey, you gotta fix your echo, brother.
What's the more of Job's story?
Not gonna be able to speak. I'm just gonna have to drop you in the comments and I'll answer your question. So Job was somebody that got spit out the belly and began preaching to people who repented. So Christ will be pulled from the belly of the beast, which is this world. And he will be anointed to go give a preaching. And at his preaching, people repented. That's the parable of the story of Jonah. So that's the simplest form I can get. That's why it says the wicked and adulterous look for a sign but won't be given one. Peace. My mic ain't that bad, huh? Yeah, y'all welcome to come up, man. I know I did a little late night panel. I usually don't be up this late unless I done started a little earlier. So y'all get some shares out so people kind of know I'm live. And we'll go from there, y'all. What is the moral job story? I just told you the moral. God pulling somebody out the belly of the beast, and they be the one that brings the repentance, the preaching of repentance. That's the moral. Yeah, they blocked them. Don't debate him. So yeah, y'all. All the stories. When you're really dealing with the stories, they all connected to the will of God, but what God will do in the last days. A lot of people. We have been taught to take these stories in the Bible as historical stories, when these stories are connected to the will of God. They're not connected to what man had told us. So we got to understand that these are not historical stories. All these stories are connected to the way the will of God will be played out in the last days. This is what makes them allegory. And see, that's that hidden meaning that we wasn't taught. We was taught that these was biblical stories that happened in history times. Well, these stories are not connected to historical events. They are connected to the will of God and the last days. So we got to understand, y'all. We got to understand. But the gospel is just that powerful. Well, every tongue gonna confess and every knee gonna bow. That's how powerful the gospel is, y'all. The gospel is just that powerful. Every tongue will confess and every knee will bow. Because remember, light conquers darkness. Like you can't have the light on. See, darkness can't conquer light. You got to turn the light off. You got to get rid of the light for darkness to conquer light. But darkness ain't got to get rid of for light to conquer darkness. Light can just overpower darkness. with darkness still being here. But in order for darkness to overpower the light has to be removed. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody really has light in these times, they will automatically conquer. Because they will have the light that overpowers the darkness. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference between the truth and the lie. The lie don't overpower the truth. The truth overpowers the lie. The same thing as darkness. You know, so right now, y'all, like I said, man, these things are happening, y'all. Right now, it's a big fire going on in the forest, and it's burning. It's a lot of dry branches that keeping it lit. And ain't no rain coming down, so ain't nothing putting out this fire. So let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Let it burn. You know. So like I say, y'all, right now, man, it's just time for us to really, you know, humble ourselves and really hear the true gospel. And again, the true gospel is not something that you read. It's something that you're going to hear. You know, you're going to see it coming from the mouth of those who are speaking it. The gospel ain't going to be something you're going to read, y'all. You're not going to read the gospel. You know. So, like I said, that's the whole thing about being meek and humble. So you can receive something. A lot of people can't receive something because they're not humble enough. You know, they're not meek enough. You know, they already got it. They too puffed up. And, you know, that's and that's one thing, like, you know, even in my position, I don't show nobody puffed up and can't listen. I can listen to a lot of people. See what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to let you just waste my time with all the empty rhetoric, but at the same time, you know, I know how to listen even in my position. But it's a lot of people, you know, that really can't listen, and they not even saying what position they in. You know? Man, if you want to test my sword, I'm up here. That's what I'm up here for. God gonna pass all tests. God gonna pass all the tests, man. So if you got a test for God, but if you really want to get into debate, I really ask people to turn their camera on. But if you got questions for me, I got answers. But so like I say, y'all, just being really meek and humble is very important right now, man. We don't really understand what it truly means to be meek and humble because we got a book. Like, nobody studies a book to build a house. You don't study a book to build a house. You can study the book till you blue. You still won't know how to build a house. All you have is an idea, and an idea don't get a house built. You can have a book on how to what? Make a car. You can read the book 100 times and never make a car. And still don't know how to make it. You got the book, but you don't know how to do it. So the Bible is God's will that has to be done. You got the will, but can you do the will? No. You just have the book. You know, so we really got to understand, y'all, that you know, just because we're a book in our hand, that don't mean we connected to God. That's not what the Bible is for. The Bible is the will of God. You have to be able to do what's in the writings. You can't teach the writings. This is why Christ will come in the volume of the book. The volume of the book. When somebody come in the volume of it, they are coming in the fulfillment of it. So there are fulfilling the visions. The Bible is a vision. And the Bible is visions because multiple people seeing the one vision. So they speak it from different perspectives, but it's all talking about the one vision. So why are people running around teaching a vision? They should be busy fulfilling the vision. This is what they should be doing. But they teaching you what they think about the vision. So now when the fulfillment of the vision is here, you blind to it. This is how the devil has taken our sight away. Our sight has been taken away because right now we are being taught from man imaginations. They read the book, they imagine everything that they read because they wasn't in Moses' time. They ain't got none of the prophets. They ain't got Christ. So all they have is their imaginations. And since we imagine the way man do, we can't be in tune with what God do. Because we can't come to God as a child. We come to God as a man. We come to God with man imagination. Hey, God, why you ain't did this? Hey, God, you should have said this. How you know what God gonna say and do? How you know? And this is why these certain things are said to come to God as a child. But again, we don't do these things. So man, which is the individual that spread deception, which is mankind, man and woman. When I say man, I'm speaking of mankind. Mankind is playing the role of Jesus. Mankind is in disguise as an angel for God, but really a what? Deceiver. Because man and woman don't have the truth, the way, and the light. Man and woman is waiting for the truth, the way, and the light to come. You see what I'm saying? So this is the logical standpoint that we standing on, which is, like I say, y'all, when this gospel get heard, it's over with. It's over with. All these people we confused about, should I listen to him? Should I listen to her? You know, should I listen to him? Should I listen to her? Should I listen to him? All that's over with. Them days over with. Nobody. The Bible say, let every man be a liar. I ain't put it in there, y'all. I didn't put in the Bible to let every man be a liar. It's in the book to let every man be a liar. It's in the Bible to let every man be a liar. Now, of course, I am a man, but I told you who I was because I have been anointed. Every man is not anointed. This is the whole point of Christ. The whole point of Christ is to create the order of God, which is just like numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't skip. You can't say we all Christ. Well, what number one is? Ain't no number one. It's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5, it's 10, it's 12. But no number one? Somebody lying. Somebody lying, y'all. So Christ is the firstborn. Christ is the order. Christ is the bread. Christ is the word. Christ is the way. Christ is the light. This is what the whole, like I say, this is what 95% of the religions follow. This is why when Christ show up, every religion, what? Is waiting on Christ. But the understanding of Christ, the meaning of Christ, what Christ is actually going to do is all misunderstood. And simply because we have the half truth. So now that the whole truth is here, many people's foundations are being shaken. Many people's doctrines, they don't hold no weight. So now they hiding from the truth. It's many leaders who know the truth is out here. It's many leaders right now who know the truth is in the earth. But they love their seats. They love their synagogue seats, you know. So, like I say, y'all, you know, you're welcome to come up, y'all. We can talk about it. You know, that's what we are. That's what I'm up here for. We also will be live tomorrow. So, but like I said, y'all, I just been turning up the knob, man, and you know, keeping that fire lit, keeping that flame blazing, y'all. You know, hurting them with this title. This title hurts, y'all. You know, all these TikTok people who teaching the Bible right now and confusing the people with their information by saying what? You know what? That could be true. See, when somebody say that could be true, and when somebody say that's true, that's two different things. The truth sets us free. The truth don't make us wonder. Now, what God is doing might make you wonder. But the truth, ain't no wondering. The truth give you rest. See, this is how you know when it's the truth. You're not going to look, if you receiving the truth, you're not going to have to look for the truth again. You're not going to go to church and get the truth one day and then have to come back and say, Pastor, give me some more truth. Ain't no such thing as some more truth. That's it. Now, if you want to learn something, you don't learn the truth. You reveal the truth. When you learn something, you learn how to do something. You don't learn how to read it. You don't learn how to interpret it. You learn how to do. So the truth is revealed to you, and you know the truth, and you set free. When you want to learn something, you learn how to do it. When you want to build a house, you learn how to build a house. You don't learn how to read the book on how to build a house. You don't do that. That's not learning. Actually, building a house is learning. So we didn't just got learning. Man. Like I said, we just messed up, y'all. We sick. We cursed. So we need healing. So right now, y'all, we need healing. And guess what? Guess what is back? The truth. The truth is here to heal us. Now, the truth ain't what? Your friend. The truth is your mother and your father. It gonna give you direction because it love you. It's not gonna be your friend because it wants you to feel good. You know, so the truth is like a mother and father. It gonna give you whoopings, and it gonna give you directions, and it's not gonna side with what you feel. That's what the truth is. You know. So, but y'all, we here. And can't nobody move us, y'all. Nobody can move us. Man, people just hit the button. But so right now, y'all, this title, man, like I said, it's a lot of people on TikTok teaching the Bible. I bet you hit them with this. They gotta reconsider, y'all. After they see this title, they reconsider. Because I didn't write the Bible. I come in the fulfillment of it. Now, the Bible says, let every man be a liar. Now, some people, they get so confused about that scripture. I'm like, what's confused about it? And then I had a brother say, I don't trust nobody. But every man ain't a liar? You don't trust nobody, but every man is not a liar? Come on, y'all. We gotta do something about these things, y'all. We really gotta do something about these things, y'all. So this is how Babylon really gets destroyed for those who try to bring their crafty counsel, to God's sword. To the people who really try to bring their crafty counsel to God's sword, this title, nothing won't work. You can't, there's no getting around this right here. You can't, nothing. This is airtight, seal, mason jar, seal tight. You really can't get around this, y'all. So again, this is the gospel that's being spread to the four corners of the earth. The whole world finna know that no man should be teaching the Bible unless you received it from Christ's mouth. So since no man should be teaching the Bible, we could finally get away from Babylon and stop listening to what man is telling us. You see what I'm saying? We can stop listening to, and now we can have our ears open for the new song, the one that's in the earth. The new song is in the earth to bring forth the new heaven. So, we here, y'all. I'm here. So any guests, feel free to come up. Let's talk about it. Now you know it's just not your pastor line, the Hebrew camps line, the Muslims line, the Catholics line, the Pope line, you know, the church around the corner line, your TikTok teacher, he lying, the dude on Facebook lying, you know, because over 90% of them is bearing false witness. They talking about stuff they haven't seen. They talking about things they not doing. Mm-hmm. So right now, y'all, it's here, man. It's here, y'all. So, just keep watch, because every tongue gonna confess it. That's all I really say, y'all. But any guests want to come up, y'all? You know, I'm not really gonna. I was really, you know, I come up really to have a conversation, y'all. I didn't share my thoughts about the truth so much and put so many, you know, videos out. Really now it's really about conversating with people and really making them think and really just, you know, just really grooming those who need to be groomed, you know, for when it's time to bear that fruit, you know, when it's time for this great harvest. Because right now the harvest is plenty, but, you know, we got few workers. You know, because to do this kind of work, you really got to be equipped for it. You know, you got to be able to carry, you know, some loads when it comes to doing this kind of work. You know, everybody ain't an ox, but everybody play their part. You know, other people doing work in many other ways. And, you know, so everybody, you know, it's just not meant to put everything on their shoulders. You know, just like, you know, your toes don't speak for you. Your feet don't talk for you. You know, every body part ain't shown all the time. But that body, nobody ever see the cells. They one of the most important organs in the body. You don't see your kidney either. It's very, 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 very important. So, you know, so all these things, y'all, that help the body function, that stays up, you know, but to come on here and deal with, y'all see what you, man, yeah, y'all trip, bro. Y'all trip. So, like I say, y'all, anybody want to come up? So right now, really just get this conversation with me, really. You know, right now for our community, there's no round table. There's no leaders in our community. Most of our women and kids are looking up to rappers. You know, there's no image. There's no image for the true man and woman, you know, in our community or even in the earth, period. Man, what we get, it's on another level, the image we getting right now. You know, like they done really infiltrated the rap game, so everybody is a clown in the rap game. Everybody is a puppet. You know, everybody giving lap dances and, you know, and just doing whatever for the bag. You know, no, like money wasn't always here, y'all. You know, money is a form of a modern day living in a society. Now, money is a form of trade. Trade has always been here. Trade has been here for many years, but just money? Like, you mean to tell me my morals and principles is based off something that come from a printing machine? Man, we done lost our, well, I said, we done lost our minds. You know, because our pride, our morals, our dignity, our respect is based off what comes from a print machine. Our knowledge and wisdom is based off what came from a print machine, which is a Bible. So this print machine, it just got us all messed up. You know, like if you talk about the print machine, I think that's like the beginning of AI. The print machine. You know, because this print machine got everybody tripping. Whether it's the Bible that's printed or whether it's money that's printed. You know, so we really letting a print machine, y'all. It's bad, man. It's bad. So we got a Christian coming up. What's going on? Peace.
Hey man, I'm my name is Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're not a Christian?
I'm follow Christ, but not Christian as far as religion. Everything is another form factor of manipulation.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get rid of it.
I don't know what's wrong with people mics tonight. Everybody mic messing up, huh?
Sometimes if they turn on the video and then turn it back off, I was trying to tell you that earlier, it fixes that bug.
Oh, okay.
And it allows the echo to go away so we can actually have a good conversation. But you've said a lot of good things tonight, honestly. I enjoy them because staying placid and calm is the whole purpose of this whole world, for us to control that negative aspect so we can remain positive, so we can do good deeds instead of the negative, sinful deeds of this world. And you've touched base on that quite a few times. Also, you brought up money. Money is the hell of Baal, which he mentions over and over in the Bible, of Baalim. Isaiah 46, the very beginning, it says, false idols compared to the power of the Lord. He says, Baal, bow it down. Baal is the Lord of fortunes. That is the highest pagan god, false god brought back during the end time, which is the hell of fortunes, the hell of money, the hell of comparison to another human body, another human flesh. The whole purpose of this whole story is the battle between Israel, Isis, Ra, El, the collaboration between both positive, negative, all things. The whole system is built on binary code. But the battle is against Judea, the lower self, the flesh of the world. The whole purpose is to defeat flesh as Christ did, and to do is nothing but spirit, to look beyond the veil of the five senses controlled by the emotion and egotistical mind. And that's why
you did lay down some good wisdom there. But that's why I like to deal with principles, man. I think we are a very enlightened generation. But understanding is what we're not getting.
Absolutely.
And one of the scriptures I always, it says, with all thy getting, get understanding.
Here's a good one in Hosea right here. It's really starting with 5, and it says, you shall stumble.
Because I want to ask you this. What do you think about the title up here?
I understand you need to be enlightened by the Christ mind before you can actually deliver words. If you're not enlightened and given the eyes to see and the ears to hear, then you can't read the text properly in order to deliver a proper message. Without enlightenment,
so ask you this then. Who brings us the new song?
Christ. The Christ mind. That's the angelic people.
You said two things. You say Christ, then you said Christ's mind. So,
like, if you understand that in the beginning, the Elohim created the heavens and the earth. The Elohim is a masculine plural adjective. Therefore, it matches 126 when it says, let us make man in our image. Who is us and our? Us and our is the Elohim, the angels. The humans, the people that walk amongst this plane don't belong here. It says in both Matthew and Luke.
That's what I'm saying, brother. I know you're going into a lot of wisdom, which I get where you're going, but that's why I'm trying to get some principles, and some logic in, the conversation. Because wisdom can be very, very, very thin when it comes to the truth. So right now, that's why I want to deal with. If the Lamb is with the 144, because a lot of people think Christ is the consciousness because of the lie of believing in Christ already came. So we have proven that the Christ was a prophetic vision only for the last days. Christ was never supposed to come, fly away, and come back. That was never, all that story is made up. But Christ was supposed to come and fulfill and finish the work of God. You see what I'm saying? So when Christ comes, Christ brings the new heaven and new earth.
Well, he always mentions
paradise. You see what I'm saying? So Christ was supposed to come and not finish God's work. This is why we have been bamboozled really about him coming out the sky. You see what I'm saying? Because Christ has to come back because the work of God ain't finished.
And he always says that only Christ comes back. He never says Jesus because that's Yahushua HaMashiach, right? That's his actual name.
I know, but that's not the point. The point I'm making is Christ comes with a new song. And only the 144. Now, you could take the 144 as a literal number, or you could take it as a spiritual number. I don't, that, like I said, that's wisdom. You kind of go all back. But the point that I'm making is we have to get the new song.
And that 144,000 petal lotus, that angelic mind, the ninth orb, because the seven, Christ is the seventh. That's the seventh orb, the seventh gate. The seventh gate is talked about over and over and over. Once you activate the seventh gate, then it's going to flip you to the ninth gate. That's the ninth orb. That's the angelic mind. Where then you start to factor out human perception. You no longer perceive by the flesh. You no longer perceive by the lower five senses of knowing. You start to see above and beyond that understanding.
Hey, brother, man. This is why I talked about wisdom. How did Peter get to God? Did he do all that, or what did Peter do?
Peter is another representation of the lower self, the actual Peter, the actual sexual organs of the body.
Okay, so was Christ an actual individual in his writings?
Yahushua HaMashiach did come to preach a message, and he did ascend on back to the heavens.
Okay, so when he was on earth preaching this message, what did people have to do?
Well, the goal, he didn't die for our sins. He died directly.
No, that's not what I asked you. I said, what did people have to do when Christ was walking the earth?
Well, I mean, it was a wicked times, then as well. But
no. I'm saying it from the standpoint of learning about God. Like, if you wanted to learn about God when Christ was walking the earth, what did people have to do?
Inform me. I'm not really sure where you're coming at with that question.
Well, they had to hear Christ to be activated.
Exactly. That's God in the mind, because that's where.
No. I'm talking about when Christ was walking the earth. They had to hear Christ in order for them to be activated, correct?
That's every one of his Netzarim. Every one of his Netzarim was also enlightened with the Christ mind in order to be one of those messengers.
But, okay, the scriptures say, let all the angels of God worship him. What does that mean to you?
All the angels of God, because that's the Elohim. That's us to activate our angelic mind back to the ninth orb. So we can.
But who is the him?
The him is the one, Yahuwah Elohim. His name means the one. The O, the zero is the matter. Without the one and the zero, without the binary code of creation,
are you a him?
Existence wouldn't be here.
If I say him, who I'm talking about? If I say I'm talking to him right now, I could point the him out, and the him would be Christian, right?
Agreed, my flesh.
The him that I'm speaking of right now, and the person that I'm talking to would be Christian. So who is the him the angels have to worship? Who is that?
The him that's actually the true fathers. It even says in a different version, Psalm 68:4, where it actually gives you the name of the Creator, with his name being Yah. That's why we say hallelujah, to praise, boast, shine. Yah. Yah also means in Hebrew is the one, because he is the one and only. He is the one to the zero. He's going to turn off the mother. The mother is the zero. Once the zero is turned off, flesh experience then ceases to exist.
So brother man, I'm just trying to. So who is the 144 that the 144 followed the Lamb whichsoever he went? So who is the Lamb?
The Lamb, if you really understand the Lamb in Sanskrit, it's the lowest gate. It's actually called the Lam, because that's the blood of the Lam. This physical existence where physical light manifests into matter becomes the Lam. So he defeats the Lam itself. It's another parable saying that he in his walking flesh was the blood of the Lamb. But in reality, he's teaching everyone to defeat the lower self senses of the fleshly body. Because the whole battle is...
So you say he is teaching everyone to do what?
To defeat the lower senses of the flesh, to live in a spiritual mind state, placid, calm, loving.
Okay, so this Lamb will be teaching, right?
I mean, yes, absolutely. He's going to be one of the Mashiach, one of the Netzarim. So he's going to be one of the teachers of God, yes.
Well, it said the 144 followed him. It didn't say he followed the
The
144, right?
144 is also a representation of the seventh orb, the crown chakra, the crown gate, to activate the angelic mind, to become one of those spiritual beings, to become one of his children, one of his Israelites. Israel is Isis, Ra, El. It's the collaboration between both sides of all things. Why do you think he created the
Hey,
mind?
brother
Why do you think
man,
he created two hemispheres inside
all
the
I was
brain?
saying was, if the 144 followed the lamb and the lamb is teaching, how many lambs was the 144 follow?
I mean, they're following one man, but the story you're still using lamb as if it's one person. He's teaching them to defeat the lamb in general, as in the whole entire flesh experience.
Hey, but brother man, you just said the lamb will be teaching, right? You say he will be teaching, correct?
You're still referring to him as a lamb, but in reality, he's teaching you to defeat the physical existence. But yet, he is just one of the other messengers.
Those things, I'm not. I think you think I don't know those things. I know those things. So I'm only referring to lamb just to simplify, the biblical conversation of what we're talking about. I know the lamb represents the flesh. That's why he's the sacrificial lamb, because he have sacrificed his flesh. That's so I know those things. I'm not blind to that.
Well,
I'm
then
saying
use
that's
it
what
in
I
the
say.
proper standpoint. Since you've been enlightened with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, then you should be able to deliver
But
things
the
that
point
stand.
is, where is the lamb?
I'm going to answer it for exactly what it is and not sugarcoat it and give someone some false representation out the Bible. So I'm going to say exactly what it is, and that's all things physical in flesh in this world that fits the fancy of your emotional and egotistical mind. Even your mother, brother, sister, father, children, everything that is fit the fancy of your flesh to keep you separated from spirit is to keep you in a flesh mind state, to keep you bound to this plane of existence. The road is narrow for few and wide for many. You have to stay against the 90% in order to stay with the 10%. This whole system is designed to keep you locked down to the 90% by the senses of the body.
Bro. So the lamb is what? Your flesh?
The lamb is all things in the physical existence, even the theta waves of your brain, in which make you feel that love and that emotion.
So when it says the saints gonna judge the world, what does that look like?
Well, the saints are going to be, and it ends on Michael, right? Michael calls the seventh trumpet. He is the final. He makes the final call. My name's Christian Jude Michelle's higher self, lower self, Michael. I was born exactly 2,000 years later on the same exact day that Christ was born on. I've done my
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I've been waiting on. So you are the chosen one then, my brother, huh?
Man, I want to dismiss it. Honestly, it's hard to carry a title. I don't want no title. So all I'll say is that I stand next to the man beside me and I lift them up in nothing but truth and light.
Okay. So you come to set the captives free, right?
Absolutely. I mean, only some of us are going to make it out, man, and the other ones are going to be set back into the box to relearn again.
And what is the throne of David to you?
The throne of David is the Star of David, which actually seals. It shows all the elements of the existence. It shows the wind, water, fire, earth, the center point. It shows once again the 12 and the 1, 12 jurors, 1 judge, 12 astral bodies, 1 Polaris, 12 mineral salts of the body, 1 consciousness. Everything is based upon the 13. Why do you think we have 13 stripes on our flag? Why do you think we make diamonds in all of our towns? Because that's the 13th letter in the alphabet.
So are you the one judge?
I'm nothing more than a body that's been enlightened with knowledge and wisdom of the divine truth, so I can deliver it to the others. Like I tell everyone, Baruch haba Hashem Yahuwah. It means blessed be he who comes in the name of Yahuwah.
Boy, this wisdom, man. So
wisdom is only delivered to the ones that are living in truth and light, my brother.
Well, no, wisdom, correct, but wisdom is given to the babes, not to the wise and prudent.
I'm just simply here living the experience. I've been destroyed in this flesh in order to be awoken.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. But you wise and prudent, and this is why I'm asking your position so I could know my position. Because at first you're saying it wasn't one, then you say it's one judge, because it's always the one. The one.
There's always the one judge. Absolutely. Satan, the lower self, the flesh of the body, recreates.
Keep going into your wisdom tantrum, bro. You don't have to keep spreading your wisdom every time. I hear you loud and clear, brother. So I'm just speaking logic. You see what I'm saying? So
logic, rational cognitive understanding.
Hold on, brother man. This is why I want to ask you your position. You can't tell your position, but you can give me all the wisdom and the breakdown in the world. Break down your position.
I don't feel as if it deserves a title.
But you just say it's one judge.
There is one judge. That is Yahuwah Elohim. That is the creator of all. That is the one.
No, the leader.
The leader of everyone. We don't exit without Christ. We don't exit without that seventh orb, without that 144,000 petal lotus, without that enlightenment towards spirit. No, you don't leave without that.
No, the 144 follow the Lamb.
The 144,000 is actually the spiritual activation of the ninth orb, the angelic mind, once again.
Oh, it is.
Because the reason why we have two
let me ask you
hemispheres.
this.
Let me give you this for a second. Let me just spread this to you because I'll make this make a
Do
little bit more
God,
sense.
that's what I want to say. Do God have a priesthood?
Have a priesthood?
Yeah, do God have a priesthood?
I mean, I would say he has his Nazarene, his chosen select Messiah, to go around and deliver a message for he.
You said his chosen Messiah?
His chosen, well, Messiah is actually just a representation of messengers. So, I mean, his Nazarene, because he says in Yaochanan 15:5, John 15:5, I am the vine and you are my Nazarene. That is his branches, his chosen branches to deliver his message.
But it says connect yourself to the vine, right?
Absolutely. That's the perfect. Yeah, that line's perfect.
Okay, now, who is the vine?
He is the vine, the one, the primordial flame.
The one, right?
Absolutely.
Which is Christ, right?
Well, the one is Yahuwah Elohim. Christ is just simply the activation of the Christ mind, which is the spiritual activation of oneself to actually.
Okay, so right now, everybody is Christ and everybody is the leader.
Everybody has the ability to do just as he did. He says even to do greater works than he, because he understands that every one of these fleshes are built just like his.
So it says Christ is the head of the body, right?
Yeah.
How many heads on your body?
One.
So how many Christ would be of the body of because the body is the priesthood. The body is the collective group of messengers.
Absolutely.
But the selected group of messengers has a head. And that's what people don't understand. The head of the body is Christ. Everybody on the body is not Christ.
Agreed.
So
there's a lot of.
So right now, if you got a 4-headed, 2-headed, 3-headed, 6-headed monster, it's confusion.
Agreed. Now, I mean, that's going to be the 90% versus the 10%. You know, there's going to be 90% of basically like NPC type like bodies that walk around to defer the 10% away from their activation and ascension to keep them bound to this flesh experience.
Well, yeah, that's the whole story of the war that's in heaven that's going on right now between Michael and his angels. Because Michael represents the Christ. Michael is the chief angel.
Absolutely.
Michael is the head of the angels. So Michael is the one who is like God, which would be Christ.
Agreed.
Which is the head.
The name Michael even means that, the one who resembles God.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. But this is the war that's going on. Michael and his angels, and you have what? Satan and his angels.
That's
but
the flesh and the 90% of the Babylons that you were speaking of earlier, like even how you said that, the babbling mouths of the 90%. So agreed, I can agree with you there. Satan is a representation of the lower self flesh, and his angels, which is all the flesh bodies, all the 90% that walk around and deter us away from our ascension.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
I know that's divine truth. I didn't make it up. I didn't want to go down this path. And I wanted to also tell you, if you understand cell systems, how this works right here. I build cellular communication systems. I built a multi-million-dollar business, a couple of them, and I ended up losing everything in my flesh experience. Wife, children, had the worst happen to me. Why? All for my enlightenment, for my ego death, for my death by fire, so I could see past the veil. But how these systems work, they actually do exactly like the human's minds do, because everything in this physical existence is recreated by what it was originally in its natural spiritual state. Well, our minds have two hemispheres. We're supposed to transmit left eye, right hemisphere, right eye, left hemisphere, so we can bring information into our mind. X marks the spot right behind the eyes. Then we collaborate with gray matter in between both hemispheres, creating the halo. Therefore, we start factoring out human perception and start to only look in spirit, truth, and light. And that's the exactly way that these radios work on these towers, is that they transmit and receives cross paths, and they bring the information in and out of the membrane, the brain of the radio, in order to collaborate them and create the halo, so you can understand from both sides, and then it recross references before it goes back out. Therefore, it doesn't create any loss of packets, loss of bits. And that's the same way that the human mind needs to achieve and activate, so it can become that angelic mind. Defeat perception, defeat flesh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not, when you deal with flesh, you're dealing with man teaching us from his fleshly mind. See, like, I get your breakdown, and I see how, because words, a lot of people have matched wisdom with words. You see what I'm saying? And that's really all you're using. You're using the words that most people can't use and put it with the reality of conversation when it comes to consciousness. So, that's a good way of saying, what you're saying, which is good. But what's simply being done is all information is coming from the flesh, because God's spirit has been taken away, as it was foretold. God took his spirit away. So the whole prophecy is about Christ coming to bring that spirit back. So we connect back to the spirit and not walk in the flesh.
We connect back the spirit to the spirit through Christ, which is through our enlightened minds.
Okay, brother man. Well, that's why I say that. I think that's where we differ. Like, we different about what Christ really is. You think Christ is more of a spirit or a mind frame. I know Christ is a son of man, like me and you.
I mean, yes, he's still going to come walk in flesh again, but the thing is, that doesn't mean that Christ itself is not the connection point between all. I mean, it says that Christ is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Therefore, you have to find that within your own spiritual self, which is looking past the veil, past the senses of flesh.
Brother man, Christ come raise the dead. So what's being said is Christ is on earth as we speaking right now as a son of man to raise the dead with the way, the truth, and the light.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Okay, so, and then the Bible say, lean not to thy own thoughts. You see what I'm saying? So every man and woman right now is leaning to their own thoughts. This is all that's going on right now.
Agreed, because most of them are thinking within the flesh mind. They're not carrying themselves with Yahuwah first, with spirit first.
Okay, but I'm saying, but they can't, because they have to go through Christ. Like you said, you have to go through Christ in things pertaining to God. Now,
that's your spiritual enlightenment.
Now, this is what I'm not saying. You're not a righteous person if you're not doing these things, but you just don't know the works of God yet. If you ain't went through Christ, because this is God's order. This is not Christ's order. Christ don't want this order. Christ is the one that ushers in this order on behalf of God. This is why the scriptures say the only way to the Father is through the Son.
Exactly. The Son is the Son of Man. You have to raise the Son of Man, activate the Christ mind, the seventh orb, the 144,000 petal lotus. Like Jehovah says, 144,000 go to heaven. Once you activate the Christ mind, the spiritual ascension towards that ninth orb, to that angelic mind yet again, to factor out the existence of your flesh, you ain't going to make it out. And you're going to relive this experience yet again.
Well, brother man, that's the point of, if the Spirit just come to us, Christ will need to come back, because the Spirit is God. So if the Spirit can just come to us right now, if I got God, I wouldn't wait on Christ. Would you? If you had God right now, would you wait upon Christ?
I view them in the same format, because his name is Yahusha. His name is Yahushua HaMashiach. Come in my Father's name.
Hey, brother man, that wasn't the question. If you was with God, would you wait upon Christ?
You're still looking at Christ as a flesh body.
You just said he gonna walk in the flesh.
Regardless, yes, the Archangel Michael is going to be called out in the end times, but he says only Christ returns in the end time. He never says Jesus Christ is returning during the end time.
Nobody, hold up, that's what I'm saying. I'm not coming at you in a religious way. I'm coming at you in a logical way, because I see you have a lot of wisdom. So, God is spirit. Christ is the flesh and blood who hosts the spirit. That's why Christ say, eat my flesh and drink my blood. This is what Christ say, because Christ is flesh and blood. So if you had the spirit, which is God, would you be waiting on the flesh and blood Christ?
Nobody is going to get that spirit of God without Christ within them.
But brother man, you're not answering the question though.
Christ is
See,
within you. I am answering it
okay, but that's,
I'm
hold up,
answering it in a
hold up,
lower
brother man.
understanding way than what
Question.
you're understanding it in. I'm actually delivering you wisdom right
No,
now.
I'm not, because Christ and God's spirit is two different things. This is why John the Baptist prophesies he's seen the spirit descending upon him as a dove. So the spirit descended upon the flesh. So if the spirit descended upon the flesh, then that was God's spirit coming on upon Christ's flesh. So if Christ is the flesh that the spirit descended upon, then these are two different things.
Christ is
But
not a flesh.
hold
No,
on,
Yahusha,
bro. Okay,
Hamashiach was
hey,
flesh.
brother man. You sat here and just told me Christ gonna come back and walk in the flesh. You already said Christ walked in the flesh back then.
Okay, let me rephrase that so we can go to a different angle with this. Now the Messiah will return again to deliver a message, but Christ itself is the connection. Without that connection, because you have to have the Christ within you, no one is going on to heaven without the Christ, right? So you have to. That is the activation of your seventh orb, man. That's the activation of your 144,000 petal lotus. That's your divine connection to spirit alone, and your exit away from your flesh mind state.
Bro, you trying to teach? You're not answering the questions.
I
See,
just answered it and taught in the same time.
no. That's what I'm saying. You trying to teach too much. The question was, do you? So you telling me Christ and God's spirit is both the same thing? That they not separate? They not separated?
In order to get back to the
That's a see.
get to
That's a
the
hey, bro.
angelic mind.
Hey, Christian. You're not finna. Every time I say something, you're not finna spit 60 seconds of your wisdom. I'm just asking you a simple question, bro. Is not Christ and God's spirit separate? Yay or nay?
Christ is the. I can't yay or nay that. It's not a yay or nay question because you're still looking at it from a different format. You're not looking at it from the complete truth.
Brother man, I'm gonna look at it the way I'm gonna look at it. You're gonna look at it the way you're gonna look at it. So I'm just asking a simple question. So I'm trying to make a point. Either they not the same or they separate. If you got the wisdom.
It's required in order to get there is the activation of the Christ within.
So you can't answer my question, then, huh? So that's what I'm saying. So see why? So when people come on here and give all their wisdom, and then they ask the teacher a simplified question, and the teacher say they can't answer that,
Well,
then
you're still too worried about a single walking body. That means look at it this way. Let me explain it like this.
Christian. Hey, I'm really, bro. When somebody can't answer my question, I move on because we no longer can have a conversation. Cause I'm not here to be taught, bro. You know, I see you got a lot of wisdom. You in teaching mode. You know, I'm not up here to let somebody up to teach me. I'm not. That's not what I'm up here for. I'm up here for conversation.
So your fleshly ego is just put up a barrier.
So I know when I have a conversation and certain questions just don't get answered when it's a simple yes or no. It's a simple when I know that, I move on, brother man.
So your fleshly ego is now putting up a wall, and I understand you're still not ready.
I'm not putting up a wall. I'm not gonna have that kind of conversation. I'm not putting up a wall because you putting up a wall by not answering the questions.
Here, let me answer it like this then. If you give me one more second to speak, and then you can send me on down.
It's a yes or no answer. And when you can't do these things, you're gonna waste my time because I'm not gonna listen to your rhetoric.
All right, from your standpoint, no.
To the questions, bro. That's it.
From your standpoint, no. Now can I explain as I say no?
Can what?
From your standpoint, no. So now can I answer from your understanding?
No. It's not a standpoint. So it's God and Christ. It's God with your spirit, as the writing say, and Christ. Are they two separate things?
Well, you're looking at Christ as a flesh body, so absolutely they're separate.
So now they separated. Okay, so since they are separated, right?
No, I'm only saying they're separate because you're looking at him as a flesh body.
No, that's what I'm saying. Answer from your wisdom and your logical, from your logic and what you know, not what I know. Because we know in the writings, the Spirit came upon Christ. Christ wasn't born with the Spirit because why the Spirit came upon him?
Because he went through emotional and egotistical death in the flesh in order to be enlightened along his path. Okay,
so what gave Christ the enlightenment?
His experience in flesh.
His experience in flesh, right?
Yes.
So Everybody getting enlightened by their experience through flesh.
That's the whole system. Every spirit is
Okay.
assigned to a flesh
How
body.
did the
It's going to be
prophets?
enlightened over time.
How did the prophets see the vision?
Well, for one, they had to be enlightened by destruction of the flesh before they could get to that placid, calm state in order to start receiving those packets, receiving that universal
Where did
divine
they
cosmic
receive it
energies
from? Where did they
from
receive it from?
spirit.
The what?
From spirit.
Okay, what is spirit?
Spirit is the one. It is the one source of creation. Spirit is the light. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light. I create the
Okay,
darkness. I form the good. I create the evil.
is this the spirit that gave Christ his information?
Yes, it's going to be the same spirit.
Okay, the
One
same
source.
spirit. So is this the spirit that gave you your information?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why are you waiting on Christ if you already, the spirit already gave it to you? That's
I'm not
which is
waiting.
God.
I'm
The
not waiting
spirit
on a
is
flesh
God.
body. You're waiting on a flesh body called Christ. I'm not. I know that
You
that's not the way to
said
look
no,
at it.
brother man. You said Christ was coming back and walk in the flesh.
We are going to all be all the Christ-minded people will be walking around in flesh. Yes.
No, you didn't say that. You say
No, you
Christ is
just
coming
want
back
Christ
to
to be
walk in
one
the flesh.
person to hold a title, but Christ doesn't need to be one person.
Hey, brother man, you said Christ was coming back to walk in the flesh. So who's coming back?
And then I rephrased that in order to better fit your fancy, and I just said that the Messiah
No,
would walk again.
don't make it fit me, because I'm just showing you how when you deal with logical things and not a fancy speech, you see where the holes at in the sayings. So I'm trying to show you, you saying Christ coming back to walk in flesh, but you got God. You see what I'm saying? You saying you got God, and this is what the same thing the pastor say. The pastor say he got the spirit already, but the pastor waiting on Christ. So the pastor chilling with God, talking about how a lesser being is coming. It makes no sense.
No, it actually makes extreme rational cognitive sense to understand him to be spirit alone and not just another flesh body.
God is spirit. Christ is flesh, who hosts the spirit of God.
Christ is actually the spirit activation within. Yahusha was the flesh body.
That's a lie.
His name is Yahusha HaMashiach.
Brother
He comes
man,
in the Father's name.
brother man, listen, bro.
You have to understand. You need to go further back into the Hebrews.
Hey, the Bible says "son of man," bro. What do you translate "son of man" in? What's
The
your
Son of Man
translation?
is raising the Son of Man like Moses did in the midst of the forest. That's raising the energy from the sacrum area of the body, defeating the lower selves that are drawing upon the flesh in order to activate your seventh gate yet again, so you can activate your 144,000, so you can activate your angelic mind, your ability to download that spiritual experience, so you can be ready to ascend back to the divine.
Brother man, this is why you don't really understand where the Bible come from, what the Bible is rooted in. This is why it's a virgin birth. So somebody is born from information.
You know what that
That
virgin birth
man,
is? You want me to
hold
give you
up,
that experience too?
brother
I've
man,
already been revealed it. I'll be happy to give it.
brother. See what I'm saying? You just want to teach so bad. You want to reveal everything. When
That's the
brother
point of
man,
him when he comes back is to reveal his divine truth.
brother man, the virgin birth is someone born from information that's never been touched. You see what I'm saying? This
It's
is why we
impossible
have
from the
to have,
binary code existence of ones and
brother
zeros. He
man,
didn't create the universe.
all the information you giving me is a fancy way of what all the pastors stand on.
Let me
They
explain
have
the
the
virgin
spirit.
birth then.
Oh look, they have the spirit, so they have information, but they waiting on Christ.
Well, let me explain this whole thing about the virgin birth for you. So actually,
No. Hey, Christian. Hey, if I see you want to teach bad, bro, you're gonna have to start you a panel and teach. You see what I'm saying? Because I see you want to teach. I was just trying to have a logical conversation so you can understand what's happening right now. The Christ that you think came 2,000 years ago, and the Christ that you think coming out that sky, he walking the earth. That's what I was trying to get you to understand and get you to reveal. But you was trying to reveal something to me, so I'm pretty sure you probably missed it. But I appreciate you coming up, brother man, and keep your eyes and ears open.
oh, absolutely, every time, brother. You as well. Baruch Abra Rashim Yahuwah, brother.
Y'all, that's just wisdom, man. That's why I was trying to get the simple questions answered, to bring the solid truth. Like I said, y'all, we can fancy speech and all that, man. I got demonstration and power. I demonstrate and I got the power. And then, like I said, that's not to toot my own horn. That's not to be egotistical, y'all. Hey, the record gotta be set straight. The record gotta be set straight. So Kendrick said it best. Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show. And really, y'all, like I say, man, when people got fancy speeches, y'all, that's what we get. But no, he did. You see that right there? He never even read it. He never even tried to read it. Cause see, I deal with logic. I don't deal with all, cause I'm not a smooth talker. I just have the truth, so you can't lie to me. But when it comes to smooth talking, and I ain't good at, cause I'm not good at lying. I'll be quiet before I tell a lie. I just shut up. I'm like, well, shit, I ain't got time for all that. It ain't in my blood, So I'm not a fast talker. I'm not a smooth talker. I'm a straight up logical dude. When I see bull, I just walk away. I don't even I don't even confront bull. I just walk away, and I can see the bull from a mile away. So when it comes to a lot of things, y'all, like when you really have the truth, that's why you got to be standing on Mount Zion to see how people really move. It's hard to see people ways if you're not on Mount Zion, because there's so many other mountains, there's so many other hills. So it's a lot of stuff that's blocking your vision. But Mount Zion, you don't miss nothing. Oh no, you don't miss nothing now. You don't miss nothing. So yeah, y'all, but you come up, man. I got some haters in the comments. I mean, in the chat right now. I ain't letting them up. I don't. Y'all dudes watch me, troll me like some kids, but and then be hating on me, on the sideline. And I say that's one thing about a real man. If somebody is you disagree with someone, you bring the facts out about it, and you more kind of leave it at that. You don't throw dirt. And so the kids throw dirt, man. I'm not running for people who want to challenge me, bro. You like, y'all not even the one to challenge me. You don't have nothing to challenge me with. See what I'm saying? You don't even have nothing to challenge me with. Yeah. That's what you say, bro. That's what it is, man. But any guests want to come up other than the haters? Any guests want to come up other than the haters? But we need you, y'all. We need you haters, so we appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing. We need you. Just keep doing what you're doing. What Pac say? I ain't mad at you. But as you can see, y'all, people come up, man, and they go all around this title. They go all around the title, like they don't even see it. So like I say, y'all, I might end this for in the morning, y'all. And no sense in me standing up here. I ain't really got no real momentum going, cause I know it's late night. So I gave y'all the 1 o'clock, and like I said, I ain't got nothing but some haters. I ain't letting y'all up, man. I don't feel like talking to you. I don't feel like dealing with you. Catch me in the morning, and I might think about it. But tonight, I ain't dealing with you. So I was trying to get y'all to 1 o'clock if I do get another guest. But if not, y'all, we'll close it out like this. We'll close it out like this. Like this, like this. We'll close it out like this. So, this what it is, y'all. This what it is. Forget what you heard and pay attention to what you are hearing. Forget what you heard and pay attention to what you are hearing. That's word to truth, y'all. That's word to truth. And right now, that's what we give me, y'all. Forget what you have heard and pay attention to what you are hearing. Yeah. So, I see I ain't really got no guests, man. Damn, I missed this. I see I'm trying to get y'all to 1 o'clock. I don't know if we gonna make it. Y'all must got each other number. Y'all call all the haters and say, man, you finna get off. Go up there, man, so you can stay on. That's a night, y'all. So, man, I'm finna get off here, y'all. I'll probably be live in the morning. I don't think I got nothing to do, so. But on that note, y'all, catch me in the morning. As always, bro said he going to destroy me. As always, y'all, I hope the Father has circumcised y'all hearts and ears for the message. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.